one of the things that I've been thinking about recently, and by recently I mean as of like 20 minutes ago, is that residency is going to be one of the most interesting parts of your entire career. And it's very easy to just kind of let it go and, just get through residency and just start becoming an attending. But we also really have to make the most out of our residency experiences because this is the only time that we're going to be in such a unique position. For me, as I'm getting closer to the end of residency, I've been thinking, oh, I just want to finish. I can't wait to just start working. But really, we don't have these kind of opportunities ever again in our careers. 40 years from now, 30 years from now, late in our careers, it's going to be going back into these residency experiences that really are going to shape how we are as clinicians. I was thinking about making some of those short videos that I was doing like a year ago on YouTube Shorts, and TikTok is really nice being like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm on the ICU or I'm on CCU. Like, these are the cool things I saw today. And then I was thinking residency is the only time where we're going to be exposed to so many different specialists and be on so many different rotations. In the future, as somebody going into hospital medicine, basically my day to day is going to be pretty similar, where I'm basically rounding on patients, I'm doing medicine, I'm rounding on patients, maybe doing some admitting shifts and everything now and then. But right now I'm rotating between all these crazy specialties, and it's getting to the point where it's a little bittersweet. I just finished my CCU rotation, and it's basically my last CCU or cardiology rotation. And there was something a little bit sad about it because I felt like it's one of our harder rotations here at Davis. But it's also one where I feel like I learn a lot, and I still have a lot more room to learn in that area. I'm not sure if there's any attendings out there who can confirm or deny this, but it's possible that once we start our careers and 5 years from now, we're like, oh man, I kind of wish I could still have a little bit of spice in my life, like go to the ICU or CCU really quickly. I don't know, probably not, but I think as an attending, it will be like, oh man, sometimes I do wish I could go to residency again and have some of those fun experiences on different rotations. And this is definitely not me trying to say residency is amazing, we should all just stay residents forever or something like that. Definitely not. But I think there definitely truly is some value of, rotating with cardiology or nephrology or pulmonology and just kind of seeing what they do day to day. Part of me enjoys seeing the huge variety of things that we can see in residency. It is also a downside because you're rotating from one thing to the next every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or whatever at your residency. And it's like, man, I can't really get used to this. I can't develop my own workflow. This kind of sucks while you're in residency. But after residency, it's kind of like, oh man, now it's great. I'm doing this one thing all the time, and I can get really efficient at this. I'm very comfortable with where I am, and I know what I'm doing exactly. I've developed my smart phrases and everything that I need. But then it's like, oh, well, now I kind of miss having some of those other rotations where I could learn about the other specialties and how they do things. I'm someone who's very interested in becoming as efficient and optimizing things as much as possible. So it is still a benefit of, choosing, okay, I'm going to do hospital medicine and that's what I'm going to focus on. But still, it's kind of fun to go to other places and see what they do every now and then. And, sometimes I even think man, it'd be kind of fun to be a third year med student again and go to the OR and check out what's going on over there. But obviously I would never do that. But that thought has crossed my mind. I don't know. I kind of liked the OR. I kind of liked surgery when I was a med student. It was actually really fun. And I love scrubbing in, so cool. But, doing random stuff every now and then is kind of fun, isn't it? And yeah, I know the cool thing is to say, yeah, residency sucks. I hate residency. This is the worst thing ever. And yes, there are very much many aspects of residency that truly do suck. But I think there is also a lot of freedom in residency in terms of, you've got a lot of responsibility, but you still don't have, the ultimate responsibility at the end of the day. You still have the attending above you who's supposed to be there to catch your mistakes. It allows you to have a little bit more freedom to kind of experiment and try things out and see how different styles work for you. And again, this is something that's only going to be available to you during residency. So we have to take advantage of that as well. Because once you're attending, the way you practice is going to be a lot different. You're going to have to do things more differently. And I feel like as a resident, you can be a lot more confident in hey, I want to try this out. I want to try this out. And as an attending, people tend to get a little bit more conservative in their approaches, at least from what I've heard. For me, as somebody who's finishing, I'm already halfway through third year, I'm basically just, gearing up to become an attending soon. I just want to start working and basically getting started with my life and everything. But like I said multiple times in this video, this is never going to happen again. I'm never going to be in this position. And so sometimes I think we take that for granted, especially towards the end of third year. You're just ready to finish, and you're not as excited about residency anymore. I was talking to somebody earlier today. Intern year, you're super excited. It's really nice. You're like a brand new fledgling doctor. And then second year, you have a new role as a senior resident, and it's super exciting. And I really enjoyed that. Third year, you start to get a little bit burned out. It's like the same thing again. And you're like, oh man, I'm still like making the same amount of money and not much has changed. Like, oh, I can't wait for this to be over. But truly, let's try to make the most out of all of our residency experiences. Residency truly is going to be one of the most, informative and useful and just unique aspects of our training. And, for the rest of our careers, our long careers, hopefully as doctors, we're never going to experience anything again like it. So we really have to try and make the most out of it. Anyways, I'm curious to hear about your thoughts of going through residency or finishing up residency, if any of you guys are out there doing that. And hope this was an interesting video for you guys to watch. I'll see you in the next one, and peace.